until they heard the host call the man in front of them, the president of the Chamber of Commerce. Only then did everyone realize in terror that the fishmonger they had just bullied in every way was someone they could not afford to provoke. It turned out that just now, Lucy had come to the high-class banquet to deliver food, but as soon as she arrived here, she was seen by her younger sister, Laura. Laura immediately blocked Lucy's way and questioned her, this low-class person, why she would appear at such a high-class banquet. Without waiting for Lucy to reply, she confidently assumed she had come to steal something, and the reason she slandered Lucy like this was only because Lucy almost took away Laura's chance to marry into a rich family. It turned out that just a week ago, their father was worrying about the marriage of the two girls, because Laura had a marriage contract with Jack, the man who sold fish in town, but Laura disliked him for being too poor and refused to marry him, so she begged her father not to agree to this marriage, but their father, for the sake of his reputation, did not listen to Laura. However, for the sake of her daughter's happiness, Laura's mother then came up with an idea to let Lucy marry the fishmonger Jack in her daughter's place, so that her own daughter could naturally marry a rich heir. When Lucy refused, they used her gravely ill mother as a threat. Helpless, Lucy had no choice but to compromise. Soon after the wedding ended, Lucy kept busy delivering food to earn medical expenses for her mother. But what she didn't know was that the fishmonger she had married was not only the well-known president of the local Chamber of Commerce, but also the richest man. Because he was from the countryside, he kept a low profile. Not many people knew his true identity. That day, Lucy was delivering food and happened to come to the banquet for the Chamber of Commerce representative election. She was instantly drawn by the luxurious scene inside. But after staying a little longer, Laura took her for a thief who came to steal something. She even ordered people to restrain her and searched Lucy, finding a gold bracelet and a diamond necklace on her. But no matter how Lucy explained that these were her wedding gifts from her husband, Laura refused to believe her, thinking that Jack, a mere fish seller, could never afford such expensive items. She immediately wanted her rich heir husband to teach her a lesson. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Jack arrived just in time. Just as he tried to rescue Lucy from them, he was blocked by bodyguards. Seeing this, Laura told Jack everything that had just happened, saying bluntly that Lucy was caught stealing by her, so she needed to discipline her. She even threatened Jack not to meddle. Before she could finish, Lucy fought back, saying bluntly she had never stolen anything, but Laura didn't believe it. Thinking rural people were inherently inferior and still insisting Lucy was a thief, she even ordered people to restrain Jack and discipline Lucy right in front of him. She said, considering Lucy was family, as long as she knelt and kowtowed to apologize, she would temporarily let her go, but Lucy hadn't stolen anything. How could she admit to such a false accusation? She immediately slapped Laura in return. Then right in front of the rich heir, she revealed the secret of Laura's mother arranging the marriage swap. Only then did the rich heir realize he had been deceived and immediately questioned Laura about it. But because the rich heir wasn't very smart, under Laura's persuasion, he actually believed Lucy was lying. He even had the rich heir order that Jack and Lucy be dragged out for a beating. After all, the chamber election was about to begin. If the vice president saw this, everyone would be in trouble. Hearing this, the rich heir immediately ordered his men to drag the two out. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Jack's assistant stopped them and said bluntly that Jack was the honored guest invited by the vice president, and that no one present was qualified to touch him. Of course, no one believed such words. They thought Jack was pretending to be an honored guest and believed the assistant was just an actor hired by Jack. So everyone thought Jack and his wife had come to cause trouble and deserved a harsh lesson. Laura thought this made a lot of sense. After all, the chamber representative election was a rare opportunity. If her family could enter the chamber, that meant they could rise into high society, so she could not allow any mistakes. Seeing the situation was against them, Jack immediately signaled his assistant to call the vice president to come quickly and handle the matter. Lucy, shocked, asked Jack if he really knew the vice president, but Jack didn't answer directly. He just wanted to wait for the vice president to clear their names, but Laura looked completely disdainful, thinking Jack was just bragging. But after her family joined the chamber today, she swore she would never let the two of them go, seeing Laura harming his wife. Jack had no choice but to reveal his identity as the president of the chamber, wanting to use it to intimidate the rich heir and the others and make them release Lucy. But what he got instead was ruthless laughter. They even slapped Jack in front of everyone, not expecting that a fish seller would dare to stand up to them to teach Jack a lesson. The rich heir even humiliated Lucy. Fearing Lucy would be hurt, Jack broke free from his restraints and taught the rich heir a lesson, but in return, he was beaten by a group of bodyguards. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the vice president arrived in time and finally stopped this farce. Seeing this, the rich heir immediately went forward to complain, saying bluntly that he was disciplining two thieves. But when the vice president saw Jack's face, he realized things had gotten out of hand, but the clueless Laura interrupted him directly and even tried to have her rich heir husband throw Jack and his wife out. Unexpectedly, the next moment the vice president slapped both Laura and the rich heir. This scene completely shocked everyone present. After hearing the vice president's words, Laura finally realized in fear that Jack really was the honored guest invited by the vice president. But she clearly had found on Lucy evidence of her stealing, and she thought Jack, a mere fish seller, could never have money to buy such expensive gifts. But the next second, the vice president's words left Laura frozen on the spot.